Hi there, this is Renee. I'm touching base with you again today. I decided that I wasn't quite as happy with my last video. It made sense, but I don't think it quite was the message I wanted to get out there. So, I'm back! I love you. And I, excuse me, I wanted to ask you, what is your story? And did you know that discovering your story, getting it ironed out to where you understand it and to where it can make sense for other people can actually help you, are you ready? Find your superpower. Oh my goodness! Did you know we all have our own superpowers? It can make a difference for a lot of people. It can make a difference for one or two people. Whatever it is, it's still a superpower. I think it's possible. No matter what your experiences are, you have a story to share. Now, whether your story to be shared is with, just like a small group of friends and family, or it might be expanded to be shared with strangers. You never know. You know, when you meet somebody, sometimes, I don't know about you, but sometimes I just suddenly feel compelled rather, to either share a story or to, based on just intuition, I guess you could say, ask certain questions. And it just so happens that a lot of times it's related to one of my stories that I have within me. So, and it just suddenly makes sense. And then a lot of times they're like, okay, that makes perfect sense. And then we continue on and we talk about it. And it's amazing that sometimes it can make a world of difference. So the reason why I say that is I'm having weird house noises. Sorry about that. But imagine how that story can empower you as well as other people. Just think about that for a moment. It can be a powerful message that can turn someone's life around. It can make a big difference. You may not think it makes a big difference. And it's possible that you're still too fresh into the story, that it's too painful. And that's okay. You'll get there. Because not everybody has a mother or a father that helped raise them. Not everybody has been able to buy clothes for their family, their children. And sometimes not enough food to be able to feed the family. Some, like my dad, even had to work 2 or more jobs just to cover expenses. He was in the Navy. He was raising 3 of us by himself. And sometimes he needed a little extra in order to be able to take care of some of the bare necessities. Fortunately for us, we had neighbors who happened to have children that were a little bit older than us. So we managed to receive their hand-me-down clothes. And if my dad had to work in the evenings when we were home, so that we could have fresh food, some of our neighbors would invite us over for dinner and feed us. It was amazing when, okay, I don't know what that noise is. I gotta check that out. I don't know if you can hear it. But it's amazing when families, when neighborhoods pull together to be able to help other people. Now, I do know that there's a lot of stories out there where neighbors don't look out for other people, but there's a lot of neighborhoods that do. And for that, I'm thankful for, because that was my experience as a child. If it wouldn't have been for that, who knows what would have happened. We were very, very fortunate. And you just never know when your moment, when your superpower kicks in and you can make a difference for somebody else. I just have to remind you there's no one story that fits all. And some people need to hear that. They need to know that they're not alone, that they can grow up despite those handicaps, those issues, those problems, the childhood fears like I had, and you can grow up healthy and even become wealthy if that's what you choose to be. But either way, you're wealthy in knowledge and experiences. Why not share that? It's just as good as sharing money. You never know when you might make a difference for someone. So when you're working on discovering your story, maybe it's a story that you're not ready to tell yet. And that's okay. You can dive deep within yourself, discover your story, figure it out, and suddenly realize there's a superpower or two in there mixed in. How amazing is that? Could it be that you gained a lot of strength, that you discovered that you're strong, that you were able to pull yourself out, that you were able to help save someone or something, that maybe your superpower has something to do with compassion. I know there's a lot of people out there with a lot of compassion. And for those people, I thank you so much because you've made a difference for a lot of people. Whether they show appreciation for it or not, in the back of their mind, they remember. It's just like when I was a child, I don't know if I necessarily appreciated it as much, but once I discovered my story, once I began healing from it, once I began diving into it more, discovering more about the story and the ins and outs, I start remembering the acts of kindness from other people. And I suddenly realized that somehow, some way, I indirectly started to do that myself when I was able to. It's like a little act of kindness here. It's taking in a couple of kids during the day when their mothers, I don't know what they were doing, but they weren't keeping an eye on their kids. And I wanted them to have a safe place to be able to hang out, to play, just to be a kid. And so that was important to me to be able to help when I could. And then taking in the foreign exchange students to be able to exchange cultures, to exchange experiences, and if they had problems, to be able to have someone that they could talk to and understand, and to be a buffer sometimes. Sometimes you have to be a buffer, and that's all okay. So what if your superpower had to do with love, strength, courage? Big enough for one or maybe many? What if that story led you to leadership? Oh my goodness, leadership? That takes a lot of courage, actually. If you wind up being into leadership, you have a lot of courage. And you develop confidence in one way, shape, or form. Maybe you don't always feel confident, but you know what's right. You know what you need to do. You have a passion of some sort, and you lead in that area. How amazing is that? That's leadership. Empowering people who didn't think they had it in them. What if you help make people stronger, more creative, learn new coping mechanisms? That's just a little bit of what you can do. it all depends on what your superpower is. And if you allow it to come through, to come out, to be, how amazing is that? I have faith that you have wonders in you that you will soon be discovered over and over again. And it's more than what you already know about yourself, your experiences. Maybe you hadn't accepted it, your experiences yet, and it's time to be able to heal from it. You can do this. I have faith in you. You give yourself permission right now to go inside and discover that superpower or superpowers that you have within you, because it'll make a big difference for you personally and for those who you share it with. So I hope you found this to be of value. I feel like this is a lot more of what the message was that I wanted to say versus the one I did just a few minutes ago, because I wasn't quite as happy with it, but I'm going to leave it up because you never know how those things can make an impact on people. Maybe some people, they resonate with the short words, and then others wanted to hear a more empowering words and message. So either way, they're both here for you. And if you found it to be of value, please like and share my video to be able to help impact other people and just to get the message across. And if you have any comments, any tips, any suggestions that you would like to add to the message, please feel free to do so. And best of all, please subscribe. I would be grateful. I do have a lot more messaging within and tips, and I'm actually have things that I'm putting together for my website, talking about finding joy, about physical products that I find of value, that it's possible you might find of value, finding a peace to create more energy, more courage, to develop your purpose, to figure out what that is, to find more clarity in your vision and what it is that you want for yourself and your future, to build confidence. Building more confidence is always, always good. And different things like that. So hopefully you'll be interested in that. I also have the one-on-one coaching, and the link for the one-on-one coaching is in the description below. Just click on it and it will lead you to an opt-in form, and then it will and then you'll receive the questionnaire that I have prepared that you can go through and go ahead and answer the questions, because whether you send it to me or not, you will benefit from it. You'll gain possibly new insights as to what you're thinking about, where you are in life, what it is that you might want out of life. And if you're intrigued, go ahead and send it to me, and I'll schedule a 60-minute free strategy session with you so that we can go into the questionnaire a little bit more. You can get to know more about me. I can get to know a little bit about you. And we can see if we're a good fit for each other or not. So I would highly recommend that you give that some thought. And I look forward to seeing you, to talking to you, to getting to know you. And I do hope that you look forward to getting to know me. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.